Hello, how are you doing? I'm your host, King. My kings and queens. What I would like to talk about is how to deal with tough students in your class, whether it's a tough fifth grader, sixth grader, seventh grader, eighth grader. If you seem if they always have something to say, no matter what you say, just treat them accordingly. Just treat them fairly, treat them equally because the tough kids, they are very smart too. Even though they may give you a hard time, even though they may be a pain in the neck, I know it could be a little annoying and frustrating. Not them being annoying, but the situation that you're presented with this difficult student could be annoying and frustrating. But treat them fairly as you would your favorite student. Pretend that they're your favorite student, if that makes sense. Because they'll say, "Oh, so you have favorites," or then they'll call the the student who they think is your favorite, and it's a teacher's pet. So you gotta treat them fairly. But now don't let them determine, or don't let them tell you how to teach a class, or tell you how to treat each student. You can hear their suggestions or uh, recommendations, but don't turn their recommendation as a command or as an ultimatum. Don't let the tough students intimidate you to the point where it's an ultimatum. Be nice to them, but be nice to them in fear. Be nice to them in a respectful way, where you have your bar moments. You still might class with that student on and off for the rest of the year, but you can have some solid, pleasant moments too. Because the reason I say how to treat difficult, tough, rebellious, stubborn students is because maybe they are used to being yelled at home, and when they get to school, this could be their therapy. This could be their outlet to be around their friends, around teachers who treat them with respect. You can be one of few teachers to treat them with respect. So you always have to automatically go with sending them to the office, even though I know sometimes they might deserve it. But maybe say that as a last resort. Try to use all your resources. Try to talk to them one on one. Try to talk to them level headedly. Still be firm. Still be slightly be assertive, a little bit aggressive. Uh, Get them the tonality of 5 out of 50% or 60%. Now, if they yell at you at a 10, their volume is a 10, you got to be a volume 2. You could be a 6 or a 7. If you be a volume 8, they say, "Oh, that's why we don't listen to you because you yelling at us. You know that that's not going to do anything to me." They basically say that they probably get that at home, where our friends or even family members, siblings yell at them, tell them what to do. So that's why they don't want to be told what to do. They probably be told what to do so much at home. So when they get to school, that's where they rebel against authority figures. You want authority figures. And another thing too is they respect who they want to respect. You know, I know that can be frustrating for you. Is because maybe the person who they respect, they know how to communicate with them. They know how to establish rapport. They establish that bond. Not saying that you have to be similar to that person. If you want to, you can pull that person to the side and say, "How do you reach that difficult student?" Because they respect you, but I always clash with that student. If they don't tell you or they give you little answers, don't take it personal. Just God will help you to find a way to reach that student. So don't think your hard work is in vain, and don't think that. Once again, after you tried your best more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, if you feel the need to let the student go to the office, then by all means do what you need to do so they won't distract the class, so they won't bully the other students. Not saying that they will, but so you could create a safe educational environment atmosphere. Just something for you to think about. But just try to monitor how you talk to them. Not saying walk on eggshells. The only thing I'm just like by saying, should when I talk to this to this difficult student, I talk to them same way as I would talking to a well-behaved student. Treat the difficult student as they are badly a well-behaved student by saying good morning. And even if they don't say good morning, even if they give you a look, even if they suck the teeth, you say, "You got to say good morning to me." I say good morning to you 160 days, 160 more times. So I think that's what create respect. Don't say, "Oh, so they didn't say good morning, I'm not going to say good morning." See, that's where you go tit for tat. That's where you go to their level and try to get them adjectives. saying thank you for speaking up for me. Thank you for acknowledging um, for acknowledging me, helping you, or for acknowledging me, teaching you. Thank you for listening to me. I know we butt heads or we clash, but I do respect you. And I know deep down inside you want to respect me too. I'll do whatever it takes to gain your trust and your respect. Even if you respect me one time or listen to me one time. Don't say respect one time because they'll go with that. If I say that one time is a long time from now. That's might say something with that. You can say, I'm not gonna give up until you listen to me. Even if you listen to me one time or once in the blue moon, I know I've done my job as an educator. You can say that if you want to, but be careful with that because they might take advantage of that. You can say that in the back of your head. So keep your head up high. Don't lose sleep over the difficult students. They will come around. They're just testing you. This is your testing time. It may take days, weeks, maybe a month or two. You have to kind of use the counseling where your counselor has a teacher. But now, even if you try to reach them, be sympathetic, empathetic, and they still give you a hard time, then by all means, you pull the blow all the bells or whistles to get them to respect you. Where you do the ISS, the in-school suspension. You get them a Saturday. You call their parents. You do the referral. You let them sit time out during recess as a very last resort if all else fails. If that makes sense. So with this difficult student, try to find three positive things about the student or three positive interactions each day with the difficult student who likes to give you a hard time because they if you don't know how to deal with the tough students, they may watch every nook and cranny that you do. They may put you on hot seat. I'm trying to get you out the hot seat. So they want to nitpick every detail that you do with them by saying, "How come you do this to this student? But you reprimand me? That's not fair." So I don't want to keep on saying that. That's not fair, and I don't care. See, but if you change or modify your behavior toward them a little bit, then it might not be as bumpy. It might be smooth operator. So ask God to pray with you. No, ask God to be with you in the classroom while you pray to Him so that you could dispatch the angels so He could put the words into your mouth as well as what not to say. If the students say they don't care, have a witty comeback. If the students say they don't care, that's another thing to it. If they say they don't care, they test you to see if you're going to give up on them or not. When the tough students say they don't care, they really do care. That's just their ego, their pride. So he'll say you don't care back because then that's where you fail the test. You can say so many um, one-liners or comebacks. See, that I don't care that I can bring the best out of you or the worst out of you. It's your choice. You could come up with uh, a lot of better ways of handling a student who says they don't care. This guy to be more witty. This guy to be more clever. This could, in other words, you are more wittier than the student saying they don't care. You more wittier than the student in general. So you know, I don't care. Don't please don't treat the I don't care as if it stings or if it's a hard punch. Because then you take it personal. Treat the I don't care as a little pinch, as a little needle shot, where you can rise above it, where you can continue to enjoy your day. Don't let the students say they don't care haunt you, even though they might say it mean at times or a little harsh at times. Don't let it affect your day. Don't let it make you lose your appetite. Don't make it let it take it out on people that you love and care about the most that you're very close to. This is really crucial for your development. I turn the I don't care into your I care. It's just that they don't care. You say, well, I care and I'm gonna be here similar to Michael Jackson. But you gotta be careful with that because they say Michael Jackson not here anymore, or they say similar to the Michael Jackson song. So if you don't care, I'm gonna be here all the way to June. You can say that. You can say I'm not going anywhere. So you could try to throw that I don't care as much as you want. See, you're reaching them in different ways. So I think if you reach them every time they say they don't care, that may help to establish the rapport. So try to have 100 or 200 sayings or comebacks if the student says they don't care, positive now, not rough or tough. He said, I know you just tested me, but I don't care. I'm gonna win your I don't care test one way or another. It could take me days, weeks, or months. I'm gonna break through. I know you try to break me, but I'm gonna break through. You can say that too if you want to. So when you try to break me, I'm gonna establish a breakthrough, a milestone with us. We're gonna have a lot of good moments. Even though we butt heads, we're gonna have a lot of positive moments. This could help you to be more optimistic, more positive, more energetic, and that's what I mean too. You gotta match their energy, be charisma, use your enthusiasm, use your personality, be the best version of yourself. Even if they come at you hard, even if they say something slick or smart, don't entertain it by saying something slick or smart yourself. I know they're hard. They probably come from a hard background, a hard upbringing, bringing a hard environment. So you can be in the middle, not hard, not soft. Show them the tough love. See, they probably receive the tough. Now they can receive the love from you, if that makes sense. Once again, if they don't say hi to them anyway. Say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Because you're showing Christ. You are getting them with kindness. You're defeating them with kindness. Goodness prevail over evil. Um, I do care prevails over I don't care. You can say that too. That's another way to handle a student who says they don't care. I don't care conquers in defeat. No, I do care conquers in defeat. I don't care. You can say that every time they say they don't care. You can have a couple of key comebacks. You got to come with 100, but it doesn't hurt. So the reason I say they have 100 comebacks of when the students say they don't care is you always be on your toes, you always be prepared, you know how to handle them. Even if they say they don't give a dang, you can say, well, I give a John Claude Van Dang, or I give a Rob Van Dang, or I give a peanut butter and jam. I give a jam. Oh, if you want to, if they say I don't give a jam, you can say that's why you don't have any peanut butter and jam since you don't give a jam. I make you be optimistic, positive comedian with this tough student. So when tough student says something smart, you say something witty in a positive way, not a negative way. So when they give you a negative energy, try to fuel it with positive energy, and they'll catch on eventually. You could do your own attention getter with them. You could do your own clap. You could do your own chant with them instead of saying their name loudly. Sometimes they might need it if they're fighting. That's different. But still be careful in handling that too. If they're fighting, maybe use a volume 6 or 7. Please don't do a 8 or 9. But try not to go back and forth with them. You say, I'm going to give you time to get yourself together. I'm going to give you time for this situation between us to cool off. You can say that, cool off, or if it's getting heated, you say I'm gonna cool off, or I'm gonna cool drink, or I'm gonna Kool Aid. And I said, what the heck does that mean? He said, well, you gotta be careful with the saying the Beyonce song. I need that's PG-13 with the, but or you could say I'm gonna let my light shine like a diamond, Rihanna style. Maybe they'll catch on to that too. And see, if they say do that hand clap thing, see, they do like you. That means that they do like you. You just gotta get them to respect you. So see, when they ask you to do something that you establish, that means they do have the potential to like you and respect you. So, for example, if you say hands up, you say Michael Jordan, say LeBron James, and they like that, that, it shows that they have a potential to respect you, and they help you if the class is getting a little out of control, a little haywire. So acknowledge that, maybe give them a point. And if you do that, I think that could be a breakthrough, that could be a highlight moment. He said, since you helped me to control the class with the attention getter or with a game, I'm going to give you a point or two. So acknowledge when they do help you out, and that can help them to come around too. So don't just let them help you and you don't give them anything. Even if you say thank you, that's fine, but actions speak louder than words. Um, what I mean by that is when you get to a point, you explain it. Why are you saying thank you with your action? Actions explains your thank you. Actions explains your words. So that's why I say actions speak louder than words, because they explain how you feel. It's how you feel in movement. If that makes sense. So it's with action. It's a verb with no. It's a feeling and a verb. If that makes sense. You're activating the feeling. You turn the feeling into the verb, whether negative or positive. But try to be positive with the student. So your positivity will be contagious. They'll catch on to it. Maybe not all of it, but they'll catch a piece of it. So do the attention getters. Don't just be militant and say, "Oh, do what I say." You gotta sit down. Even though I know sometimes they need, you got to know how to differentiate. You got to know how to discern. You got to know how to distinguish between being tough, rough, loving, kind, patient. You got to do a little bit of that. They need a little bit of all of that from you. So this is automatically tough with them because they may resist and rebel and push and fight back because they think that you're in fighting mode where you're trying to be in protecting and helping mode. So they'll automatically say, come here, sit down. In other words, when you see them try to have a first positive interaction, even though they may tug of war with that towards you, if you want to. This is an example of being a 5 or 6, 50%, 60% tough, assertive, aggressive, in the middle, moderate. For example, if they say something a little mean or rough to you, you can say, you can talk loud and proud, but you're not going to be mean and loud or mean and out. You're not going to do that. Or you can say, girl, nobody did nothing to you. Or you can say, settle down, young lady. Nobody did nothing to you. Nobody did nothing to you. Never that, Jack. That's an example of being a 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. But you say, if you don't listen to me, you going to the office now. That's enough. I have enough of this mess. Forget this. See, then that's where they will shut down even more and gaslight everything that you say, and maybe even try to go to an educator, go to a disciplinarian, or even a principal. Even though I know that they might want it, it might have been warranted, but try not to come at them like that, even if they come at you first. I know it might be hard. I know it might be confusion. Um, ask God to help you to practice. Remember, practice makes perfect. You doing your best is the same thing as practice making perfect. So your best is a substitute, is a supplement of practice making purpose. When you do your best, you're practicing perfect. I can't say anything better than that. And another thing too is the tough students, believe it or not, deep down inside, they do look for your approval, especially the fifth grade students, whether it's the girls or the boys. They are looking for approval. When they look at you when they're about to do something, they want to see how you're going to handle it. For example, if because you might have two tough students, one student might throw something at the other student, and you might see him stop him at the tracks by saying, "I know that student was wrong for throwing that paper at you, but what are you going to do? Where's your rise above the situation? This is your rise above the moment, the rise above moment." You can say, if you don't do that, you could get 2 points right now. I know the student was wrong, so what are you going to do? You're going to get your revenge, your payback, or you're going to walk away, be the bigger person, where I reward you 2 points. That's a little pride, but it's something that's how you can handle the difficult students. You can't do it all the time, but every once in a blue moon. And once again, you can say, I'm not a P. Diddy song. You can just like me now. but I won't stop now, or I'm similar to the Jill Scott song, Dislike Me, but my mind is free. That's my destiny. So, and if you want to, you can play the P. Diddy song or the Jill Scott song too, if you want to. Or you can say, you could, I don't care me now, but I won't stop now. You can remix it yourself. You don't, I don't care me. Nobody did nothing to you, young lady or gentleman, if you want to. Do that for 5 out of 10 or 6 out of 10. It's your discretion, it's your protocol, it's your prerogative. So if the students are about to fight, you can say, how do we rise above this? How do we handle this? How do we have our rise above moment? And if it's a difficult boy too, I say, I don't care. I was raised, if somebody hit me, I'm going to hit them back. I don't care if it's a girl or not. That's a deep one. How would you handle that? You say, I understand you're upset, and I understand that if somebody hits you, you're going to hit them back. But let me deal with it. Let's formulate a 4-step plan. If somebody hits you, tell me. If I don't know what to do, or if I can't do anything about it, I'll text the dean. If no, no, what I do is come to me before you hit the person. I would text the dean. If nothing happens, then you could get the dean. If the dean is not around, then you can walk away. That's what I recommend that you do. So you formulate a 3-step plan. If somebody hits somebody else, you can write it down too. And you can let the students sign it too, similar to agreement form, not a contract. And I know students might be smart and say, what's the difference between an agreement form and a contract? See, an agreement form doesn't involve money. The contract, it involves money. If you break the contract or you breach the contract, then that's where you could get sued, or you try to issue a lawsuit. So that's the difference between agreement or a contract. Agreement is no money is on the line. Contract is usually with money being on the line. The NFL contract, the NBA contract, the WWE contract, any type of work contract. You break the contract by retiring or resigning from your job before the 45-day mark, especially in most schools, then um, I don't. No, they won't sue you, but you might pay a fee. They might take money out your check. See, contract is with money being on the line. Agreement form, no money on the line. And you can make it kind of fun and informal. See, agreement form could be informal. A contract could be formal. So, agreement form could be laid back down to earth. A contract could be more serious. Excuse me, that's my tirade, my tangent. I digress. Thanks for listening. Please have a blessed day. See you later, my kings and queens. I'll talk to you later. I'm your host, King. Until next time.